Maybe we get some people here. What's going on up there? Well, it's pretty busy in Washington, I'll tell you. Wow, is it busy? I mean, they haven't had such a big, benefit package since the end of the Depression, right? It is huge. Ray, how are you? Fine. Good evening, Mr. Lesko. Sean, hi. Abraham, how are you? Who makes those suits? Actually, I have them made now in Vietnam. I have them made in Vietnam for a long time. Very cheap. What I do is I go to 3D printing fabric. There's a couple of companies around the country that you send them a graphic and they'll print a yard of fabric, 10 yards, as much fabric as you want. So I need about 4 yards for a suit. So I buy 4 yards, like $50. I send it to Vietnam. They make a suit for about $150. Comes back. It costs me another $100 in transportation and everything, but $300-400, I got a cool suit. Nobody else will ever have. Nobody else is nuts, I guess, to me. Joshua, Frank, how are you? Good, good. Hello from Dallas. Didn't I just answer a question from you, Joshua? I answered a bunch today. And these are the Lesko Help people that I answer every day. I'm sorry about YouTube folks. I don't, and I try to answer them online and laugh, but more education. That's why I want everybody to know this stuff. If I could do everything for free, I would, but my banker and my mortgage guy and all those people wouldn't like that. So that's why, and I also want to be self-sufficient. I think that's what we are in this country. We want to be, and that's the downside of government grants. I mean, you should be self-sufficient, and there are times though that you can't be, and then other people have to help and things like that. This is why we have a community, all right? Because we're all not perfect all the time, and the bad things happen. Look, like a virus that nobody could do anything about, right? And now we're going to spend, well, it looks like $2 trillion at least before we're finished. They already spent $500 billion on programs, and they're going to spend like 1.7 trillion more. They're talking about. It's not finished. They're just starting. It's still in the Senate, and the Senate's having problems because a lot of the Republican senators got the virus, so they can't come to the chamber to vote, and you have to be there to vote. So that's why the poor Republicans have to rely on getting some Democrats to vote with them, and I think that's may be hard to do. They say that breaking up is hard to do. Man, getting votes is probably harder to do. Yeah, especially if you're one party trying to get votes from the other party. Oh, I see. I'm talking to an echo chair. Are the grants guarantee? Are the grants guarantee? I'm not sure what that means. That's sort of first of all, I would not worry about whether they're grants or anything. I would put any kind of definition of what kind of help you can get out of your mind. It doesn't matter, because somebody gave you a toilet and it's going to solve your problem. You don't care what it is, right? So that's why they have so many names for this stuff. Don't come in and say, I want one of those grants. You're not even sure what they have. So you don't want to say any of that. You just say, I need assistance. I have problems. I can't pay my bills. I'm out of work or whatever, or my business is in trouble, and I need help. And so you have to know, that's all you have to know. Don't try to learn what they think, what you think they're going to give you. No, you don't know. I don't even know. So that's why I have debt for my, yes, well, all that now is going to be easier to get with. And actually, I'm going to do another thing soon. Because of this, it's going to be easier not to pay your debts. It's going to be easier not to pay your bills, okay? Something called forbearance, and that is all the financial institutions now. The government's trying to make everybody do that, and we'll talk about that at another time. so that you don't have to pay bills, whether it's student loans or mortgage or rent or any of these things. You will not have to pay. I mean, it's not guaranteed that you individually, but in general, that's what's going on. So you have to learn about that and then figure out if you fit that category that they haul in, because that's what it's all about. You have to do work. If you're not willing to do work, you're probably not going to get much of this at all. What I do is save you the time going through Google trying to find the goddamn thing, which nobody will. and so it's I show you the possibilities. Then you have to go. In other words, like I show you where the women are. You want to get a date? Okay, they're all over here tonight. You go over there. Ooh, love light. How are you? Oh, so nice. Look, somebody gave me a tip on YouTube. That's awfully nice. And if I show you where the women are, and that's it. Now, if you go, just down the street looking for a date, it's gonna be tough, right? So I show you where the women are. Now, if they date you, it's up to you. So that's why you are the most important factor you have in getting financial help is you, not me, not the government, not anybody else, but you. Because in other words, I can give you a ball in the bat, but if you can't hit the sucker, you're not going to get a home run, right? So that's all we do. So you have to learn how to hit the sucker. Yeah, and that's what it is. And so it becomes up to you. What's that little crying? Is that little hands like this crying? Oh, Nancy Matthews. I think I saw you somewhere on Lesko Help. That's where I help people one-on-one. Lesko Help. It's a closed Facebook group. It's $20. If you're interested, it's lesko.com, lesko.com. But what I try to do and do as many videos as I can to educate people about the whole thing. So whether you buy me or not, really interested in you learning about this stuff. And I try to do it, my MBA hat comes in a lot of times and, I can't give that away. I want to sell it and everything, but I'm too old, getting too old for that. I'm ready finally to do this. I'm ready finally to do this. Well, great, Christopher. However it is, I mean, it's going to take go to your city council to pay for your local bills in California, like gas and electric. Yes, there are a lot of local programs, nonprofit organizations to pay all those kinds of bills. Okay, now let's see, where are we? We're about 6 after, so I think we're close to getting a forum. Oh, we got about 70 on YouTube, and we got about 10 on Lesko Help. Okay, what you can Google now. The new word now is not Corona, because that's the beginning. The money comes from, if you get it, which is COVID-19. COVID, okay, -19. If you Google that now and put COVID-19, let's see what let's see, because I Googled it, and relief incentives. Okay, relief. Okay, this is the problem. COVID-19, that's the disease you get. Okay, now the government wants to give you relief from having that disease because you can't work, you can't pay your bills, you can't do all this kind of stuff. Okay, you lost your job. Okay, so that's what these are usually called, something like relief or even incentives. They do in the on the business side. So you have two kinds of programs. One is for individuals. Well, actually, it's three. There's the amount of money that goes to individuals, the amount of money that goes into the healthcare system. So the amount of money that goes into the healthcare system is a big thing. So if you're a doctor, a nurse, and stuff like that, we need beds, we need masks, all that. I'm going to pour a ton of dough into that. And the other thing is businesses, because you're creating jobs. So if you have a small business, a hot dog stand, or a freelancer or whatever. And by the way, for freelancers and gig economy people, they're working on a way to get you unemployment too, unemployment money. So you don't have a real job, so you're not doing the unemployment thing, but now they're working on that somehow. So there may be, don't count yourself out of not getting unemployment money, because they're going to load up the unemployment money, and they're talking about giving out cash, with the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 cash. But the most important thing is that, don't count yourself out, because if something was true yesterday, don't think it's true today. So you just go, and you have to have the energy to keep going and looking for that help. So if you go to and Google this, COVID-19, and then relief and incentives. Or you play around, put relief first, and put incentives. And again, don't look at anything that is not .gov, because most of these are going to be government programs, or maybe .org, O-R-G. Do not. I repeat in English, do not go to a .com. Okay, so now here, it's so funny, because here's the first one in Maryland. What they have for Maryland, okay, when you do that, and this is, and shows up for the business. Now, Maryland has a lot for individuals too, but the business ones here, they have Emergency Relief Grant Fund, okay? Grants up to $10,000, not to exceed 3 months of cash operating expense for Maryland businesses and nonprofits, okay? So this is where you can get a $10,000 grant because you have a business affected by the virus, okay? $10,000 grant, okay? Just start it, okay? That's why I want to get, you want to get first in line. They may have budgets that won't be unlimited, so you want to get there first. That's why I'm trying to train y'all so that you're first in line, and don't start learning about all this stuff after the bill is signed. No, you want to start learning about all this stuff. It's amazing too what they have. They also have a grant program for people who want to make, what is it? Emergency Relief Fund. Oh, I know, that's Emergency Relief Fund. They have a grant that they give you if you want to make healthcare supplies. Like you want to go in the business of making rubber gloves. Okay, they have money there, okay, and grant money to help you go into the business of making rubber gloves, and that's, I think that's cool, man. So that's, these are where the opportunities are. You wait 10 years from now, to do that, and then that part is gone. There's something else that's going on, so that's why it's, and again, there's no guarantee that you will get this, but there is guarantee that you will not get it if you don't apply. And that's why you really, and sure, everybody that applies doesn't get it, but everyone who does not apply doesn't get it. So you have a better chance of getting it by applying and not applying. So, it's just, man, these were how opportunities are. If you're not searching for opportunities all the time, they may not always work for you. You have no control over that. There's a lot of shit happening in the world that you have no control over, like this virus, man. So this whole country's going to stop because bugs that we can't even see. Right? Wow. And it'd be the biggest economic kick in the gut, that we've ever had, probably since the Depression. I don't know, but it sounds like maybe. I guess, and I'm a bit of a windbag, so don't trust me. But it's all about trying, and if you think it's easy, then just let me entertain you and don't do anything. But if you expect to get it by just making one phone call, you go to another place on the internet, because there's a lot of people on the internet that they say, don't worry, it's easy, you get money. And that is just a goddamn lie in my mind. It's not. Life is not easy, and that's the thing. And so it's more a numbers game than anything. It's like dating. You ask 100 people out, somebody's going to say yes. You ask one out and they say no, then you go home. That's what most people do with their whole life. Well, I tried for a grant and I applied and they didn't give it to me because they said I was too tall. Yeah, or whatever reason they didn't want to give it to you. Yeah, that's going to happen more than once. Yeah, and that's why. How do you have the stamina? How do you have the resolve? And that's why I think it's important to do things that are important to you. You know, just I mean that's making money is important for you to survive. I mean, for you to take care of yourself. So you have to do that first. I think in our society, I think the most important thing is you figure out how to feed yourself. You know, if you have backslides and healthcare and things like that, then the society is there to try to help you along. So that's right. Because of a bug, a virus that everybody's going to lose this job and have no money. Okay, so that's what we do as a society, decide to do this. We decided to give seniors, who were the biggest poor people in our country before the 60s, were seniors. And then somebody said, well, the seniors shouldn't be poor. Now the kids are poor. So somebody, I'm a paid member, great. I call them, you are. Well, when you call 211, tell them you're a paid member. No, they don't care. I can't read the rest of that here, but thank you. I'll get it to you later. But like 211, I mean, that's a great number. It may or may not help for you. When I use it more as how you go online, not so much calling it to see, because those organizations will tell you more. I didn't even know such organizations existed. Yeah. So that's why calling 211 is like having someone pick out a girl for you to date. No, I want to see the pictures. I want to see what they're I want to know a little bit more before I make that call. And 211.org does that, and you can go anywhere in the country and do that. And also, don't forget, there are people that help you do this research. Like for me, the same thing that I do will do for free. Well, let me go back. If you put COVID-19, and you will see in Google, and you'll see, okay, here's New Jersey. New Jersey Department of Labor has financial relief will be available in the wake of the they're going to have something at the state. See, your state's going to have this stuff. Here's Greater Portland. Here's cities. Okay. Let's see. The program will allow diners to round up the change from every order and donate it to the Grub Community Relief. That's interesting. Shopify has some programs for small business. I don't know what it is. North Carolina Relief Resources. Facebook is offering $100 million in cash grants and ad credits for up to 30,000 eligible small businesses over the 30 counties due to the effects of the drought. So here's $100 million of free advertising if you want to do it on the internet. If you've been, which we're all been affected. So if your business has been affected by that, they're giving away $100 million in free advertising. Hospitality Relief Emergency Fund. Kelly administration has established a hospitality emergency relief. Oh, that's Kansas City. So Kansas City has, so if you're in the hospitality business, you're a hooker or anything, there's an emergency relief program that Kansas City has for you. Grants for hookers. That's what we have to have, grants for hookers. Well, they have that in many countries. It's legal, and they're tested and everything, and FDA seal of approval. Then they could get grants. Philadelphia, okay, what department to receive updates on your phone? Not sure what that is. I'm just reading the headline. So there's business and employee resources in Arkansas. Up to $12 million assistance will be made available to the relief fund for the virus. $12 million. Okay, and that's in grants. This is at Kansas, state of Kansas. Okay, economic policy. Where is this? Brookings. Let's see. Pediatric balls. More funding for unemployment. Okay, the bill will include more funding for unemployment insurance. Unemployment insurance is going to be longer. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. All this kind of stuff. Okay, COVID-19 funding measures. Where's this? That's a review. Here's another one. Having small businesses in the community. Businesses can email so-and-so follow up on their team. The onset communication disease are eligible for disaster relief. Okay, here's the businesses for disaster relief in Los Angeles. So you're a business in Los Angeles, they have disaster relief. Actually, there's a woman who's a Uber driver, and she got hit. Nobody's going to work, so they don't call Uber. She got a check just today for $2,000. She applied on Friday and got $2,000 today. Because she lost all that, and she's a contract worker. She's a gig economy person. She's not an employee somewhere in Microsoft or somewhere. Oh, here's Baltimore. Baltimore, apply for low interest loans, grants to cover costs, and launch small business relief fund. See, there's loans and grants now at the city of Baltimore. Don't wait for the goddamn Senate to do all this stuff. That's just part of it. And actually what's happening because of this dysfunctional Washington, the governors and mayors and these people are doing, are way ahead of these people, So they already have things going. You're gonna have to wait 2 more weeks at least for the government stuff, from the feds. So you got the local stuff. And that's why, so Lesko Help members tell you, I'm gonna give you a list of who to contact locally. There's 4 or 5 offices to contact in every county that will know about these things. If they don't, they'll send you somewhere else that do. But these are the 4 or 5 offices that count that you want to call. And you want to call. You want to go online. Yeah, sure, you can go online, but try to call. If you can't call, then call again. And so what if you wait an hour on the phone? That's nothing in your life. You wait 2 hours, you wait a day, 2 days. That's nothing in your life. Your whole life is just a grain of sand. What the hell's 2 hours? And you have a possibility, not a guarantee, remember, but it's a possibility of doing something. And that's what happens. All of a sudden you get one thing that finally goes through after trying for 20, 30 times or whatever. And then, God, that is right. It does work. And then that gives you a little more motivation and incentive, to keep going and try it again. And that's what it's all about. Try. I know it's hard, particularly if you don't have friends and lovers around. It's hard to keep that up. And remember, when you call these people for help in the government, the first thing you want to do is be nice and be human. Don't be this professional asshole. Oh yeah, this is Mr. Hollingsworth, and I just want to make sure. Nobody wants to help that guy. Show how human you are. We want to help humans. Don't you hate? I mean, every time I get a call from a banker or the Comcast and people like that, that they're so mechanical. I just can't wait to get out of there. Get off the phone. I can't wait. Are you sure we solved all your problems? Or some bullshit they're reading off a screen? It's like being at the dentist. I just can't wait to get out of there. And the same for you. So that's why remember that when you're calling the government. That's what it's all about. These are tools. I mean, sure. I mean, this is if you want to get through society, it's just like a toolbox. You not have to know the tools in our society to use. This isn't a tool you'll use forever. Maybe not. Most likely not, because at other times you won't need it. But when you need, you gotta know how to use these tools. It's like, okay, the plumbing is screwed up. So you go down the basement, get the bag of tools. What's this thing called a wrench? You don't know, and you can't fix anything, So that's why in our society, the government is over a third of everything in our country, so like 35%. So sure, you could get by sort of maybe without it. Probably not, you gotta pay taxes. But to use it, for something, I mean, it is, and it's so important, particularly if you don't have resources. If you have a lot of money, then you'll know you can buy your way out of all this shit. But I'm trying to, people who don't have money and resources, these are tools you can have. If you learn how to use, you could get through this life a lot easier, because these are tools. This is a toolbox, but you have to teach yourself how to use these things. Just don't make one phone call and say that's it. No, it's like anything. I was listening to some political science guy, not political science, a social science guy, talking about people watch these videos on YouTube, think they could do something like how to do a trick and pull the rug out of a plate of dishes or something, or do the moonwalk. And they watch a video on YouTube for 10 minutes or something, and they swear they could do it. They can't. We think we can, but we can't. And it only comes by practice, by doing it. Watching a video, listening to me, or anything else is not the same as doing it. You know, you can't learn to swim sitting in a pool. I mean, sitting in a classroom, right? You got to get your ass in the swimming pool. So it's the same like that with all of us. Yeah. With anything you want to do, if you're not practicing, it may give you encouragement you could do it, but the problem is you think you do it and you'll fail, and you say, fuck this is not for me. When in fact, you have to fail to learn how to do it. It's like learning to walk. You failed, 100 times before you learn to walk. Okay, so now learning to use these resources in our society, you get out there and learn to fail, okay? And you fail, and you fail, and you fail, and you fail, and maybe even fail again before anything happens. And I swear, unless you're lucky, and some people, there are outliners and everything. I mean, you hear things like, who was that? Forget, Gladwell, some of the author, talking about outliers and stuff like that. But I said, most of it takes 10,000 hours to get good at anything. Man, I've been doing my work for 30, 40 years or whatever. The last 10 years, I couldn't give it away. Tried it. Now it took me 10 more years to find out how to package it, how to use society, how to get to people. I know people need it, but I was just not smart enough for a long time because I knew old stuff. And that's the problem in the society. If you know something and it worked before, you think you can work again. And it takes getting a lot beat up to get that stuff out of you. And you won't stay there to get beat up unless you really want to do it. Somebody hits you, who was it, that famous boxer says, everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face. Then the plan goes out the window, right? And that's what happens. We have a plan. I'm just going to call this something, then I'll be a millionaire. So bullshit, First thing is, people say no. No, you can't. Bye. Now what? You just got hit in the face. And you got to do it all over again. Do something else, and that's what life is. But see, what I want you to know at this point is that this stuff is going to be all over. It's not only the federal government, it's going to be your state, your local, your county, your city, all over. Tyson said that. That's right, Mike Miller. Say your Tyson namesake. Yeah, he's lovely because he just got yaps and doesn't talk about anything. Oh, well, Marvin, what the hell are you listening for? You're stupider than I am then, if you're staying and listening. Now that's really funny. The guys here, as 3 or 4 notice things on the chat saying how bad I am. Wow, you're sticking out the whole date, aren't you? No matter how bad this is. Well, good for you. But that doesn't show you that you're very smart. It's an easy way to get rid of me. Can you share more specifically, Pete? Well, yes. I mean, it takes work. There's no one easy place. I mean, you can, if you want easy places, here are the 3 places locally to go. Actually, there's 6. Your county community development office, okay? County government. So if you Google right now your county, say you live in Montgomery County, but Montgomery County Office Community Development. Okay, now come up, bunch of things. Now in the first 5, 10 things there will be your county, and make sure it's .gov, and then that's where you start. Okay, when you get that there, you just call the information number. Hey, I am a victim of my income, I'm screwed because of the virus. Are there programs that maybe could help me? Just start, just be honest. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what you are. Lesko told me to call you. And he said, oh, you shouldn't call me. He's an asshole. They're probably right. Okay, so there you have your community development office. Okay. Next is, because if it's anything with health, you worry about how are you going to pay? I want to get tested. I think I'm sick or something like that. Actually, go to the cdc.gov first. They have a great, I did a video on it yesterday, a great self-help that you could triage yourself. And it's very good information to help decide whether you should call the doctor, what you should do, and where you are, and how you should quarantine yourself, and all that kind of stuff. CDC, Center for Disease Control, .gov. So you want to be there. Okay, but you want your health. So how are you going to pay for stuff? You have a healthcare bill. You want to know, you don't have copay. You don't have payments on plan. Your teeth are bad. And you call your your county Department of Health. County Department of Health. That's 2. Okay. You have a business. Okay. What the hell am I going to do? I can't pay my employees. I'm in debt up to my keister. I need more business. I'm about to be sued. Anything with a business. Your county has something called a Business Development Center. SBDC, Small Business Development Center. And that's a .org, maybe a .gov, but most likely a .org. They're nonprofits that work with your county. Okay, and you can make actually, here's the main address for that. It's called Americas, AMERICAS, SBDC. I'll write that. AMERICAS, SBDC.org. Go to that website, put in your zip code, and you'll find your local office right there. All of them have free consulting. You can make an appointment. A lot of them just have an appointment right there. Thursday afternoon, 3:30. Okay, come on down. We'll talk about what your problems are. And they're all free. These are experts who are getting grant money to help you figure out your financial problems for free. My sister had a small business, or debt up to her keister or whatever. Man, they were terrific. I got her hooked up with them and straightened it all out. I mean, you don't get a big check, but they show you how to reduce it, how to get through the system and not carry around that weight. What you have now is the worry. So you got to get out of that. And the only way you get that is by getting on the phone and talking to people. Okay, so that's 3. You got your health department, you got community development, you got SBDC. Okay, now the other thing is your county library. They're terrific. They have a reference librarian. That's what they're there. You say, hey, I don't have unemployment insurance, and I don't have a job, and I can't get a job because nobody's working, nobody's doing anything. Ask the reference librarian that. They've been asked that before. They know where in the county to go, and you know where that is your Career One Stop. If you go to Career One Stop, the libraries are all closed. Maybe for traffic. A lot of them are open online and on phone. So check out. But if you go careeronestop.gov .org, career, onestop.org, O-R-G. And you put in your zip code there and you'll find your local office. This is all for jobs, training. So they will know about the programs for unemployment, sick leave, all this extension of unemployment, getting a better job, training money if you want to train for a better job. That's all at your Career One Stop. So now we have 4 already. Okay. Now the other one is 211 that we talked about, and I think a lot of you know about that already. And what you do to me is that put in business. If it's business, they usually have categories, whether it's food or healthcare or financial assistance. Do the financial assistance. Look at that. If you go online, 211.org, see, and a lot of times these organizations are categorized by what they do, and then just put in financial assistance and see what they have for financial assistance there. Okay, so that's where you also do. Now, the last place, well, actually 2 more. If you're a senior, you know what a senior is? How old do you think you have to be a senior in the United States to be considered a senior? Anybody know? Come on, chat me. How old the government to say you're a senior? 45. Any other guesses? 55. 55. Come on, any other guesses? New Jersey unemployment websites crashed. Too many people. Yep. 55, 60, 60, 60, 30. You date some old ladies. 62, 55, 62. Thank you, guys. 67, 55. Here's what it is 40. The government considers you a senior at 40. 40. Man, that was like half my age. And I was a senior. 40. Because that's when age discrimination starts in the workforce. Not every program for seniors starts at 40, but government programs in general, well, that's the beginning age, because that's when age discrimination. In the workforce, you feel discriminated. They're not hiring you back because you're over 40. Poof, you call the free government lawyers who will sue those suckers for you. And that's important. But there's more importantly, if you're a senior, particularly like 50, 55 or older, there's a lot of programs, financial assistance program, money to take care of you, money to get training, money for jobs, money, all kinds of money to fix up your house, money to everything. Now, a good place to start on that is Elder Care. Let me write this in down. ELDERCARE, locator, LOCATOR. Elder Care Locator. I think it's a .org. Elder Care Locator. That's a hotline that you could call and find what is called your area office on aging. So if you're taking care of a senior, like my parents were retired in Florida, I lived in Washington. My mom had a problem, wanted to divorce my dad. So I called the Elder Care Locator and they hooked me up with the area office on aging where she lived, and they were getting her free legal help to divorce my father. And I called my mother back and tell her about that, and she yelled at me. That's what I learned about he said, she said. When women say things, it's different than when men say things. Women just want to vent. They don't want you to do something about it. No. You complain to me twice and I'll go try to fix it. I'm a guy. That's what guys do. They fix stuff. Try to get restitution. They do not provide restitution for such matters. What matters? That is not easy. Nothing is easy. What matters is that you're trying to get restitution. Maybe I'll give you some more sources. What are the websites again? Got booted. Well, the websites here, what you're looking for is your county office of community development, the county health department, the county small business development center. These are all free. None of these are going to charge you anything. Everything I give you, nobody's going to charge you. Business development center. Okay, your library. What is that? Elder Care Locator. Career One Stop. CareerOneStop.org. That's another one. CareerOneStop.org. And here's the other one, is your elected official. So your elected official are the ones who pass all these laws to help you. They want you to know about these programs, because if they let you know about them and you think they did it, you'll vote for the suckers. And so that's right. In an election year now, they want you to call, because every time they call, and all their staff, all they do is help potential voters get money from the government. The rich people knew this a long time ago, and that's what I used to do, is make millions doing this for rich people. And shit, they're boring to work for. And so you have a vote too. So you call that elected official. You have a congressman and 2 senators. That's at the federal level. Then you have your state. You have a whole bunch of people, and then your county. So go from top to bottom. But don't forget, and they know they're one of the best places to start, because they know all the stuff where you live, better than I'll ever know, because they're solving these kind of problems every day. And that's the important thing. And they're free. See, I charge $20, so they're free. So that's what you want to. How do you find them? If you put find elected official in Google, so find FIND elected official in Google. Find elected official in Google, and you'll see a website by Common Cause, commoncause.org. They have a place there. You put in your zip code, and they'll show you all your elected officials, okay? So you Google, find your elected official. When the results come up, you look for Common Cause, okay? And then when you click on that link, you will put in your address, and they'll tell you all your elected officials, from the president on down to your, dog catcher. Nancy, you're 50? No. Yes, elected officials blocked my complaint, said I did not follow protocol. I don't know what the complaint is. For expungement, recoup losses, from fraudulent contract. Well, looks like I've got to find another lawyer to find it. We asked for representatives. We're entitled to it. What a mess. Now having to review, start over. Well, okay. Well, what I would do on it's for a contract, a government contract stuff. It sounds like that's what it is. Look for an advocacy group on government contracts. I mean, look at what Amazon just did on their contract. I think Trump hated Amazon, Bezos, whoever the hell that runs it. And so he gave the $5 billion contract to the other people, IBM Microsoft. And Microsoft got pissed. And now they may get it back, and they found a way. Common Cause, patent rights, and oversight complaint. I don't think Common Cause is that. Oversight complaint. Yeah, I mean, look around for nonprofits and start talking to people. The elected exemption to third-party services. Wow. Who were harassing it? I see. Well, you have a case. I mean, it's making 100 calls again, I guess, to try to find somebody that this is. Find somebody who wrote PhD theses on it. That's what I used to do a lot, because before the internet, that was a great source of information. All these eggheads who wrote PhDs and stuff like that. We asked for a resolution to writ. So you got a lot of legal jargon I'm not familiar with. What about mortgage assistance? Yeah, there's ways now you don't have to pay your mortgage. I mean, eventually you will, but while you're going through this, no, that's called forbearance, and the government wants all the financial institutions to provide that with no penalty, so that you don't pay, and you don't have to pay a penalty by not paying either. Now, you have to find out if that's really for real for you, but that's what they're really trying to do. That's what it's all about. So you have to dig it down, and I will cover that in the next day or two. How can businesses take advantage of the Defense Production Act? Let us say we want to help with the production of medical supplies. Good idea. You're elected official, man. Call your congressman and 2 senators right away. They'd love to help you. And here's another thing. PTAC. PTAC. Let me write that down. No, not PTAC. What is it? PTAC. Oh, PTAC US. Yeah, okay, here it is. Now I gotta find you again. Okay, PTAC-US.org. These are consultants that help you sell to the government for free. They get contracts from the government to work for you for free to get government contracts. See, they got a government contract to help you get a government contract. Isn't that cool? And they're free. You go to that website, you'll find them all over the country, and they're usually located at a local university. And it's all free, man. They go through the process for you. You don't need an accountant. You don't need a lawyer. You don't need any of this stuff that if you Google how to get a government contract, that people are going to sell you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So I have interviews with these people and say, no, you don't need any of that stuff. Is there something for rent hikes during this time? Is there something? Well, there's something for gougers, but to pay rent is the same thing as mortgage. You could do the forbearance thing. And what you can do is tell your landlord how to get the government will tell him he doesn't have to pay his mortgage on your property because you're having trouble. You understand? So this is two steps. If you own the property, you could call and get it so you don't have to pay your mortgage payments for the next 3-6 months, up to 12 months. Yeah. And so if you're a renter, then your landlord call the government and they won't collect the mortgage while you're there and can't pay. So see what I mean? So he doesn't have to beat on you to pay the mortgage. As you showed him how, he doesn't have to pay the mortgage. And there's no penalty in doing that. See? Can they raise your rent at this time of crisis? Don't know, but I would check. The way I would check is who keeps track on that is if you Google, let's see. Google this, free and low cost legal help, and then put your city, okay? And so free and low cost legal help for Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or where the hell you live. You Google that and look for, what is it? You'll find legal aid. You want either legal aid or the other one is, Justia, JUSTIA.com. JUSTIA.com. Let me write that in there. Okay. Please tell me where do I go to get grants? There are 127,000 places at least, but that's the only ones that I've counted. And I will be online tomorrow for, I guess it'll take me about 37 hours to describe them all. I'm sorry, I'm pain in the ass. Go here if you want to start learning the system. I have something set up. I got to, if you don't want to spend money, it's okay. Okay, there's two websites I put up for the public. One is free at .lesko.com/Lesko member. There's 35 short videos that you could watch to explain all the different kinds of ways you could get grants and other free money and services from the government, okay? And so that's the other one, free.lesko.com/emergency cash, is if you need emergency. And it tells you the 5 places to call in your area if you have problems with your debt, bills, or emergency cash, okay? And that seems to be the two biggest things. How to get a start on new government grants. Where do we start? That or here. Don't forget what I do here is this is my service. It's a closed Facebook group where I answer your question. You ask me a question and my answer is with websites that are good possibilities for you to get money. That's what I do. So I train you there. You ask me 1,000 questions. It's $20 a month. You want to stay for a month, 30 months, whatever you want. And you learn from other people there because everybody joins in. So that's what's neat about that. I have a whole bunch of learning tools there. They're called units. That's there. And then I have special things where I only answer their questions because they're paying. On YouTube, I'm just doing this sort of public service, but I like helping people. 65 or older, that's okay. That's young. That's a kid, man. 65 is nothing. What time will you be online tomorrow? It's not that I don't want to spend money. I don't have any to spend. That's okay. I don't know when I do this. I answer questions all day, really at Lesko Help. And that's most of my day is trying to organize new data. And now it's very busy because they have the biggest set of grants ever, I think, that are given out are going to be given out in the next day or two. And so I'm trying to get learn all that to share it with everybody. And due to poor wireless connection, your video has been paused. How do they know we got a wireless connection? Question mark. Strong. So strong here, and I don't know why. So I'm not online a lot. It's when it's irregular, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Amber. Let's see. Taking the 3 steps that I have turned to 30. Try for the info, and we'll follow the group too. Well, thank you. I saw you jogging around DC. Yes, I still do. Now I maybe about walk half of it. I thought I had to stop. I had planters, whatever that thing is. And I thought, oh, my jogging days are over. And I started riding the bike, and ooh, that was dangerous. So I started just walking, but now I'm starting to jogging. So I've been running 6 miles a day for about 30, 40 years. And now I'm running 3 or 4 and walk the rest. And sometimes I'll walk the whole thing or walk 9 miles. Yeah. I think it's the best thing I've ever done for myself is exercise every day. It's therapy too. I was a fat kid growing up, so that was the only thing I found that I could keep the weight off if I ran. You're looking at, oh, contempt. Thank you so much. Can individual apply for FEMA assistance due to? Don't know what the program is there. You just go and ask FEMA. Don't trust me. I'm guessing. You go to FEMA. Yeah. Anything, I don't trust anybody like that. It's too easy to call up and get the real answer. And when you call them up, and if they say no, then what you do is say, hey, okay, if not you, where else do you think I could get this? Yeah. So you ask them, where else? Because they know, because they get people like you all the time, and they run into people. They're in the business of handing out money to people, so they know other people, that they have lunch with, that another program that hands out money. And so that's what's important. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much. You've been very kind tonight, except that one guy, but that's only one. That's a good night. I'll be back soon. I got lots of new stuff. Oh, God, there's so much coming down the pike. So talk to you soon. And don't forget, Lesko Help. That's where we answer. And if I don't answer you in 48 hours, man, you just yell at me, Lesko, you lazy shit, get off. Answer me, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you, Lesko Help people. I'm sorry. Oh, Amber, Glenn, thank you, Amber. Yeah. If you don't have money and you have to get a hold of me, oh, that's .com. Let's go free or oh, Marty, thank you. Thank you for being nice words. Words are very important, and kind words, I think, are so rare nowadays. So I appreciate any kindness through words. They are a wonderful gift in life, and I appreciate them very much. Oh, my God, hang up here.